She loves you, but she ignores you. Sounds confusing, right? You send a message, she leaves it on read. You ask her to meet up, and she's always busy. Your mind races with questions. Is she playing hard to get? Did I do something wrong? The answer is simpler than you think, and Stoicism can explain it. See, ancient wisdom teaches us that sometimes what seems like rejection is actually the highest form of love, but only if you understand it the right way. In a world where attention is currency, being ignored can feel like the worst kind of punishment. But what if I told you that sometimes the best sign that a woman loves you is when she distances herself? Sounds crazy, right? Well, let's take a step back and look at this through the lens of Stoicism. For centuries, Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus taught that what we perceive is not always reality. We react emotionally to situations without seeing the bigger picture. We assume someone's silence means disinterest when, in reality, it could mean something much deeper. In this video, we'll explore why women sometimes ignore the men they love, how this aligns with Stoic principles, and what you should do when it happens. So sit back, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why silence can be more powerful than words, and why embracing it makes you stronger, not weaker. Let's be honest, being ignored hurts. It triggers insecurity, self-doubt, and even anger. The first instinct is to chase, to demand answers, to overanalyze every little interaction. But here's where most men go wrong. They see being ignored as an obstacle rather than an opportunity. What if, instead of reacting emotionally, you took a step back? What if, instead of obsessing over why she's ignoring you, you focused on controlling only what's within your power, your mindset, your response, and your self-worth? That's where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics believed that suffering comes not from external events, but from our interpretation of those events. In other words, it's not her ignoring you that hurts. It's what you tell yourself about it. 1. The dichotomy of control. Mastering your response. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, said, "Some things are in our control and others are not. If she ignores you, that's outside your control. But how you respond, that's 100% within your power." Many men waste energy trying to force a response, double texting, over-apologizing, or even begging for attention. This does the opposite of what you want. It lowers your value. The Stoic approach is about shifting focus inward. Instead of obsessing over someone else's actions, cultivate self-discipline. Train your mind to recognize what is within your control, your mindset, your purpose, your reactions, and let go of the rest. True confidence comes from this mastery of self. 2. Amor fati, loving every outcome. What if being ignored is actually the best thing that could happen to you? Amor fati means to love and embrace whatever happens, seeing it as necessary for your growth. Maybe she's ignoring you because she needs space. Maybe she's testing your patience. Or maybe she's showing you that she's not the right person for you. Instead of resisting, embrace it. Treat it as a test of your resilience. If she truly loves you, she'll return. If she doesn't, then her absence is a blessing in disguise. Either way, you win. The Stoic sees obstacles not as setbacks, but as fuel for personal growth. Every rejection, every silence is an opportunity to grow stronger. 3. The power of indifference. Stop seeking validation. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine if, instead of reacting emotionally, you remained unshaken by her silence. Imagine if, instead of chasing her validation, you focused on becoming the best version of yourself. Women respect strength, and strength comes from emotional control. By being indifferent to whether she responds or not, you shift the power dynamic. You become the prize, not her. When you place your happiness in someone else's hands, you give away control. But when you develop an unshakable inner foundation, external validation becomes irrelevant. And that's when true attraction happens. 4. Preemptive visualization, preparing for reality. Seneca taught a powerful technique called premeditatio malorum, or premeditating on the worst-case scenario. Before entering any situation, a Stoic mentally prepares for the worst so that they remain unfazed if it happens. In the case of relationships, expect that people will leave. Expect that love will fade, that feelings will change, that you might be ignored. This doesn't mean you become pessimistic. It means you become resilient. If you are prepared for rejection, you won't be devastated when it happens. Instead, you'll remain calm, knowing that you already anticipated this moment. This kind of mental training prevents desperation and keeps you emotionally grounded. 5. Self-sufficiency. Becoming your own source of happiness. One of the greatest Stoic teachings is that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation. If your self-worth is dependent on a woman's attention, you'll always be a prisoner to her actions. Instead of seeking happiness from a relationship, cultivate it from within. Focus on your passions, your purpose, your growth. Build a life so fulfilling that whether she stays or leaves becomes irrelevant. This is true strength, being so complete within yourself that no one's absence can break you. Seneca said, "The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires." When you no longer desire external validation, you become truly powerful. 6th, memento mori. Life is too short to chase someone who ignores you. Nothing puts things into perspective like remembering that one day you will die. This is not meant to be morbid, it's meant to be liberating. The pain of being ignored is insignificant in the grand scheme of life. Ask yourself, if today were my last day, would I spend it worrying about a text message? Would I waste my time overanalyzing someone's silence? Probably not. Memento mori reminds us that life is too short to dwell on things beyond our control. Instead, spend your energy on what truly matters: your purpose, your growth, your fulfillment. 7. Emotional minimalism. Reducing unnecessary attachments. A Stoic seeks to simplify life by cutting out unnecessary emotional burdens. Attachment to someone's attention is an emotional burden. If a woman ignoring you makes you feel unstable, it's a sign you are overly attached. Reduce unnecessary emotional investments and focus on your own well-being. 8. Ataraxia, the art of inner peace. Ataraxia is the state of being undisturbed by external events. A Stoic does not let the actions of others disturb their inner peace. If she ignores you, maintain your calm, accept the reality, and move forward with strength. 9. The obstacle is the way, using challenges for growth. Instead of seeing being ignored as a setback, see it as an opportunity to build emotional strength. Every challenge, including emotional ones, is a path to greater self-mastery. Now, the next time a woman ignores you, remember this: it's not a loss, it's a test, and the only way to win is to not play. If you found this valuable, don't forget to watch this next video. It will change your perspective even more.